Hello and welcome to Coaster Strike. My name is Tom, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you some important tips to keep in mind when building Zenith, Planet Coaster's version of the infamous Intamin Xcelerator. The first of its kind was obviously Xcelerator at Knott's Berry Farm, the ride that the model gets its name from. Rides like this and Rita both have the same track type and launch, but also feature a longer full track layout, unlike the iconic form in which it shoots into a large top hat and comes back down into a brake run, ending the ride there. In this video I'll show you the simple top hat method, and in another I'll show you the full layout. So let's go. To start with, you want to place the station in an area facing into the park so you have lots of space, probably a few feet higher than the default, since otherwise you'll need to use auto tunnel at the hydraulic launch section. The launch can be tricky to get right, so to start, place the acceleration rate at 19 and choose your max speed. Build the launch to the length you want, long enough for it to reach your max speed, and then begin to build a slow incline to vertical and continue up to max height. Test the ride and see how high up the train goes. Once the train is practically stopped, press the pause button and make mark of the height with a few building pieces. Don't forget, you can always modify the launch if you're not happy with the height. Now, break down a few pieces to just after the rise to vertical and begin turning the track. Very gradual at first, becoming more intense every track piece, until you face 90 degrees to the left. Remember, you're turning, not banking. The crest of the top hat doesn't need to be as gradual, as you've lost most of your speed at this point. Bring it to flat and then bring it down exactly the same angle so that it's even on both sides. As you come down, you have a choice between the 3/4 or 1/4 turn. Unless your ride is at least 400 feet or about 120 meters, I wouldn't go for the 3/4. You can check the height by going onto the ride building settings and making sure that height markers are on. For a 1/4 turn, you just mirror the other side, more intense at the top, more gradual at the bottom. But for a 3/4 turn, you want to get it over and done with quickly, so you need the top 3 pieces to be 90-degree turns to the right, so that your riders don't get turned into jelly by the G-forces. When you bring the track back to flat, mirror the other side, and then have one completely flat piece of track. At this point, decide whether you want the brakes to be on a flat run, like Top Thrill Dragster, or a large hill, like on King Dakar. The flat is obvious, but a hill can be tricky. Bring it up gradually, and then as you're making it flat, use magnetic brakes to slow down the cart. Make them strong, not enough to kill all the airtime, but enough to stop the riders from flying out of their seats. Bring it down fairly gradually, and then begin the turn to the left. Use the same angles that you used on the top of the hill. Mine are slightly different, as I'm having some trouble with space here, but you can do better. Bring the track back around, perhaps with a small set of brakes, so that the train can flow gently back into the station. Now, test the ride and make sure that everything's in good nick. If you don't crest the top hat, it's a super easy fix. Just select the whole thing, hold X and bring it down. Then, you'll want to smooth out the curves at the bottom of the top hat to get rid of any jagged lumps that were created. When you test, also make sure that the brakes do a decent job, that they're not too strong, not too weak. Just keep on going until you get the perfect speed. And now that the ride is finished, it's time to add a queue and some theming. I'll be back when I'm done. So here's the finished project. I'll show you around. For the queue, you probably want it quite compact, perhaps diving under the launch a few times just as I enjoy on stealth at my home park. You want it grid-like and just following a simple pattern that takes you into the station. So now let's enjoy the ride. So there you go, I hope you've enjoyed and found this tutorial helpful. I can't wait to do more of these, the next being Zenith Xcelerator with a full layout. If you want to see that, then scroll down to all the YouTube-y stuff, like and subscribe for more content from our channel, and I'll see you all next time.